Welcome to NFL Honors Predictions video. It starts on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESNBC. Before I get to the awards predictions, Pro Bowl is happening today at Tuesday. This is recording as of Tuesday, so if this video gets uploaded a bit late, I'm making the prediction as quick as possible. So AFC versus NFC, I'm going to go with the NFC. They got a way better superstars there. I know the AFC could pull some rabbit in the hat, probably upset the NFC, but I just think the NFC has the real good players there on that Pro Bowl team. So NFC wins the Pro Bowl games. This is as of recorded right now, which it's currently playing right now. Anyways, let's get to the awards. All right, let's begin. AP MVP Award presented by Instagola. We have Josh Allen from the Bills, Trevor Lawrence from the Jaguars, Drake May, Patriots. By the way, I'm wearing the Tom Brady jersey. Why not? Christian McCaffrey for the 49ers, and Matthew Stafford representing from the Rams. Okay, so likely the two finalists is going to be Drake May and Matthew Stafford. And both guys deserve to be in this awards. Drake May, what a season. What a season from him in his second year in New England. Of course, with a new head coach. And as I mentioned in these other videos with the Patriots, talked about it a lot. From the 4-win team to now going to where they are. And that is into the Super Bowl. And Drake May has been listening. Did not listen to those doubters. That man can win that MVP this year. But you got Matthew Stafford, a man who has been wanting to win this award for a long time in his career. I know he's won a Super Bowl in his 16 years with the NFL, but he's wanted to win this award so much in his career, and I hopefully think if he wins it, I do believe he's going to either play for one more season or retired. That's probably one of the best no-looker quarterbacks in NFL history. So take a look at this award. I think this is really hard to pick. I love Drake May and the way he's playing with the Patriots. And I know he's a Charlotte guy from the North Carolina guy, so shout out to him. But man, I went back and forward, and I'm going to just lean towards Matthew Stafford. I think they're going to give this award to Matthew Stafford. And if they do give it to Drake May, well earned. But for me, I think Matthew Stafford, 46 passing touchdowns, 4,000 passing yards. That's the most passing or third most passing yards in the NFL this season. I just think Matthew Stafford or Drake May will win it. But Matthew Stafford is my pick. All right, AP Defensive Player of the Year presented by TCL. We have Will Anderson Jr. from the Texans, Nick Bonito from the Broncos, Myles Garrett from the Browns, Aiden Hutchinson from the Lions, and Micah Parsons for the Green Bay Packers. This is an easy choice. It's Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett deserves to win this again. He will probably end up being a two-time Defensive Player of the Year. 23 sacks is what he achieved this year, breaking the most sacks in the record books in NFL history. Myles Garrett will win Defensive Player of the Year. AP Offensive Player of the Year presented by Microsoft. Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, and Jackson Smith-Njigba. Okay, so this is another toss-up because I do think if we're having a three finalists, it's Drake May and then JSN for sure. And then I'm going to put a twist here. I'm going to say Bijan Robinson. What a season Bijan had at the scrimmage. But this award for me, I'm going to go with Jackson Smith-Njigba. Because look what numbers he had this year. But also, it's his third year. He has to show that he is a true number one wide receiver after DK left to Pittsburgh and Tyler Lockett went to Tennessee, which, by the way, it didn't work out in Tennessee. So I'm going to pick Jackson Smith-Njigba to win Offensive Player of the Year. All right. AP Offensive Rookie of the Year presented by EA Sports Madden NFL. The nominees are Jackson Dart from the Giants, Emeka Egbuka from the Buccaneers, Travion Hendrickson, the running back for the Patriots, Tetairoa McMillan, Carolina Panther, and Tyler Shough from the Saints. So, everyone, mid-season, before the mid-season start, Emeka Egbuka was the favorite to win this award. And then after the half of the season, it looked like Tyler Shough might have overcome Emeka Egbuka. But I think there is one man, and I already said it, there is one man that's going to win this award. I think Tetairoa McMillan is going to win this award. He will be your Offensive Rookie of the Year. Look what he did with the Panthers, giving Bryce Young a number one wide receiver in Carolina. Tetairoa McMillan should win this award. But if it's not him, I would be surprised if it is Emeka Egbuka or Tyler Shough. But I think my Offensive Rookie of the Year will go to Tetairoa McMillan. All right, AP Defensive Rookie of the Year presented by EA Sports Madden NFL. We have Abdul Carter from the Giants, Nick Emmanwori from the Seahawks, James Pierce Jr. from the Falcons, Carson Swindler, the linebacker for the Browns, and Xavier Watts, safety for the Falcons. This was another tough one. And right now, Carson Swindler is the favorite for this one. I think this comes down to him, James Pierce Jr., with what he did with the Falcons defense, 7.5 sacks, and Nick Emmanwori, the safety for the Seahawks. I'm going to put, you know what? I'm going to put Carson Swindler, the linebacker for the Browns, to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. All right, AP Comeback Player of the Year. We have Stefon Diggs from the Patriots, Aiden Hutchinson for the Lions, Trevor Lawrence from the Jaguars, Christian McCaffrey from the San Francisco 49ers, and Dak Prescott from the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so this is really the tough one to pick because this is from players who came out from the injury list out for the year, and this year had what I would say one of their best seasons since hurting their season-ending injuries. So here's what could come down to. One, I think it's going to come down to CMC, Dak Prescott, Aiden Hutchinson, and I would probably end up adding Stefon Diggs because what he did from his Achilles injury, or ACL by the way, through going to New England, and he became the number 1 or number 2 wide receiver for Drake May. Again, this one is a toss-up, but I'm going to go with Christian McCaffrey. He's battling with injuries throughout his career. Last year was not his best year, of course, dealing with those injuries. But this year he came back strong, healthy, and I think he will end up winning Comeback Player of the Year. All right, AP Coach of the Year. We have Liam Cohen from the Jacksonville Jaguars, Ben Johnson from the Chicago Bears, Mike McDonald from the Seahawks, Kyle Shanahan for the San Francisco 49ers, and Mike Vrabel for the New England Patriots. Let me tell you, 3 guys who are in year 1 are finalists. To me, if I have to pick one of them, I'm going to give this to Mike Vrabel. And yes, not just because I'm wearing the Patriots uniform, but Tom Brady. But Mike Vrabel turned this thing around from back-to-back 4-win team to going to the Super Bowl. And what a way for Mike Vrabel to change the team around to getting them to where they are. That is heading into the Super Bowl. The other good choice would be Ben Johnson, what he did with the Bears, turning the Bears franchise around. I think he can likely win this award, but for me, I think Mike Vrabel should win Coach of the Year. All right, AP Assistant Coach of the Year. We have Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator for the Eagles. Brian Flores, defensive coordinator for the Vikings. Vince Joseph, the defensive coordinator for the Broncos. Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. And Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. I think it's going to come down to Clint Kubiak or Josh McDaniels. And if I have to give that award to, I'm going to give this one to Clint Kubiak. He's been around the league, of course. He is the son of the great Gary Kubiak. And he's been around the league. He was a pass game coordinator for the 49ers, OC for the Saints. He didn't have that much success in New Orleans because of the injuries on offense. He came to Seattle, brought Sam Darnold with him, and turned the Seahawks offense around, getting them to the Super Bowl. I think Clint Kubiak will win Assistant Coach of the Year. All right, its debut. Protector of the Year. This is one that Dion Dawkins asked the league to make this an additional award, so here we have it. Protector of the Year. The nominees are Garrett Bowles, tackle for the Broncos. Aaron Brewer, the guard for the Miami Dolphins. Creed Humphrey, center for the Chiefs. Quinion Mercer, the guard for the Broncos. Penei Sewell, tackle for the Lions. And Joe Thuney, tackle for the Chicago Bears. This was a tough one, but I'm going to pull off an upset. I'm going to say Joe Thuney wins Protector of the Year. Great year for Joe Thuney, protecting Caleb Williams and the Bears O-line. He was a leader for that O-line, and I do believe Joe Thuney will win Protector of the Year. 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame. Who is going to join? Now, what I'm hearing is they're probably going to add between 4 to 8 nominees. So I'm just going to do 8 nominees who are probably going to end up being in the Hall of Fame. 8 of them here. The 8 of them are Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, by the way, Terrell Suggs, Marshall Yanda, Jason Witten, Adam Vinatieri, and Kevin Williams. I think those guys are ending up going to be in the Hall of Fame. Most reason why Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald. Drew Brees broke a lot of records during his time, not too much in San Diego, but a lot of his careers came in New Orleans. And Larry Fitzgerald spent his whole career with the Cardinals, has set a lot of records there. I think he's a great addition to the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame. Luke Kuechly, greatest linebacker the Panthers had in franchise history. Terrell Suggs, really good pass rusher for the Ravens. Marshall Yanda, another good offensive player there. Jason Witten, probably one of the best tight ends for the Cowboys. Adam Vinatieri, 2 game-winning field goals for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. Kevin Williams, I think is another one. I think he's going to end up sneaking in the Hall of Fame. Defensive tackle from the Minnesota Vikings. All right, the last award, 2026 Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. So, to me, I think this award is going to go to Travis Kelce. I looked at this again. I don't know much of the Walter Payton Man of the Year awards. I did my best I can. Anyways, I believe Travis Kelce wins this award. He'll be the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. I think Travis Kelce deserves to be the winner for this one. That's it for NFL honors. Again, don't miss it in a great venue for the awards. It's in the Palace. Starts at 9 p.m. Eastern on NBC. You can check those awards, and hopefully my predictions are right. If you're not seeing my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more sports news. And again, on Saturday, I want to include this one. On Saturday, Super Bowl prediction will be released on Saturday.